out of Jannah. I told him to prostrate, he refused, from which his enmity for you and your offspring is evident. Now be alert, be conscious, be particular. Let him not do such an action by virtue of which he influences you to come close to that forbidden tree, and then you will have to be expelled from Jannah. Now the ayat that I want to speak about here is that Allah Ta'ala told Adam alayhi salam, O Adam, if shaitan influences and succeeds in expelling you and your wife from Jannah, then فَتَشْقَى إِنَّ لَكَ أَلَّا تَجُوعَ فِيهَا وَلَا تَعْرَى وَأَنَّكَ لَا تَظْمَأُ فِيهَا وَلَا تَضْحَى. That in Jannah you enjoy four things without effort on your part. إِنَّ لَكَ أَلَّا تَجُوعَ. In Jannah you find food without any difficulty. وَأَنَّكَ لَا تَظْمَأُ فِيهَا وَلَا تَضْحَى. In Jannah the springs of water are available to you. You don't have to work or make effort or toil to get water. And وَلَا تَضْحَى, you have shelter over you. وَلَا تَعْرَى, you have clothes to cover you. Four basic necessities of every human, that is food, clothing, shelter, and the clothes that he wears. Allah Ta'ala tells Adam alayhi salam, if shaitan influences you and expels you and your wife out of Jannah, then these four things will not be easily available to you. You, O Adam, will have to toil on this earth. You will have to go through difficulties. Now for your food you will have to earn, you will have to work hard, you will have to prepare. You will have to earn, provide, build a roof above you. Now the point that I'm discussing, Allah did not say that you and your wife will have to toil. Allah said both of you enjoy the bounties in Jannah, but if expelled out of Jannah, your wife will still enjoy that bounties without doing anything. It will be upon the man who will have to toil and tire himself and still provide for this queen, just as she sat and enjoyed in Jannah. When she comes in this world, in the house of a Muslim, and not in the house of the Western world, when she comes in the house of a Muslim, then she will still enjoy the same bounties that were afforded to her in Jannah. And that is food, drink, and clothing and shelter was made available for her without any duty or any commitment on her part. In the very same way, this is that one human in this world, who in this world will enjoy these bounties of Jannah without toiling. But unfortunately the world took the very same thing, that when that woman sat in her house and presented food before her husband and her son with honor, with respect, with dignity, then she was orthodox. And when she took that same platter of food and she presented it before a stranger as an air hostess, then she was liberated, and then she was modern, and then she was advanced. Feeding her son was putting her orthodox, and feeding a strange man and a strange child was promoting her. What a world are we living in, brothers? When that woman was told to sit in iddat after the demise of her husband and mourn the demise of her husband in the confines of her house with honor and respect and dignity, it was taken as oppression in the name of this filthy series that is going around in the name of Big Brother, where a woman is contained in one house with I don't know how many other people who sit on months and end. The world admires it, the world cherishes it, and when she walks out there, she walks out as a heroine with so much money. Brothers, everything that Islam has given us and honored that woman, as I mentioned, either she is a daughter or then she is a wife. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ وَأَنَا خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ. But the system of Allah is very unique, that the more the enemies of Islam are reflecting a nasty image of Islam with regards to the treatment of women, more and more American journalists are coming forth and expressing and revealing the truth of Islam. In fact, this morning there was a program on Channel Islam speaking and interviewing with that very American journalist who was caught in Afghanistan, and then she spoke about the beauty of Islam and how the Taliban treated her with honor, respect and dignity. This is the system of Allah. The more someone suppresses, in fact the most honor Yusuf alayhi salam got was from those that suppressed his honor, and that was his brothers. The most honor in their own environment. Fir'aun one side is torturing Musa alayhi salam. That is what has been happening around the world. Understand how Allah operates. Beneath their nose in their own environment, in their own country. Fir'aun one side is torturing Musa, and he says, وَلَتَعْلَمُنَّ أَيُّنَا أَشَدُّ عَذَابًا وَأَبْقَى. Let the world know, whoever will deny my message, the consequences will be grave. The Quran says, وَقَالَ رَجُلٌ مُؤْمِنٌ مِّنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ. In the very palace of Fir'aun, in the very land of Fir'aun, under the nose of Fir'aun, without the knowledge of Fir'aun, does one man accept Islam. And he comes to Musa and he says, oh Musa, I have been listening to the agenda of Fir'aun. I am telling you, move, they are planning your assassination. So this is exactly what is happening. As much as they are trying to reflect an image that Islam is oppressive, more and more women are accepting Islam, understanding that veiling that woman is the honor of that woman. What does Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say? خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ. The best amongst you is he who is the best to his wife. In other words, in the eyes of Allah, Allah will measure the excellence of a man according and proportionate to how excellent and how kind and how loyal and how faithful he is to his wife. That is how Allah will measure the kindness of a man. That is the statement of Nabi alayhi salam. In the next hadith, Nabi alayhi salam then makes a claim, وَأَنَا خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِي. Oh my Sahaba, I don't only say this as theory, but I claim to say, and I prove myself that I am the most kind to my wife. There isn't any man who is more kind to his spouse, to his partner, to his wife than myself. It is important for us to analyze, how did the Nabi of Allah reflect kindness? This is also something important. I mean, if we have to analyze kindness, we would analyze it in the form of monetary. I have financed her, I have given her jewelry, I have bought a house. When we assess these aspects in the life of Nabi alayhi salam, then we don't find him making much financial contribution to his wife. In fact, the house was so small that Aisha radiallahu anha says, when the Nabi of Allah used to make sajda, ghamazani, he used to touch me with his hand. And then I used to pull my legs in the night while he used to stand up for tahajjud. Then when he used to stand up, I used to spread my legs. So someone asked her, why did you do this? She said the room was so small, it did not accommodate the Nabi of Allah prostrating also and me stretching my legs also. When he prostrated, I had to withdraw my legs. When he stood up, I stretched my legs. This was the house he provided. Yet the Nabi of Allah has said that there is no one more kind to his wife than I. That leaves you and I with a major question mark to identify what is then kindness to our wives, because we feel it's monetary in the homes that we have provided for them. And it is because of the absence of the kindness or the element in the nature of the kindness that Nabi alayhi salam gave to his wives. We have not given them that kindness. That is why despite giving them kindness, what the world refers to as kindness, still to our marriages are breaking up. The irony of the whole thing is we've given so much, yet there's no understanding. As far as the world is concerned, we have liberated her, we have honored her, we have been faithful to her, we have given her all her choice, all her decisions. She is in charge. Yet we find despite all these advantages, these marriages are not withstanding the challenges of time. On the contrary, the Nabi of Allah did not give any of these things. He made a statement that there's no one more kind. The question is, what is kindness? He further goes on to say, kindness to women. Brothers, in Islam, a woman has equal but different rights. A woman has equal but different rights. Just as there are two children, the son needs a jacket and the daughter needs a pair of shoes. The father or the parent would invest the equal amount of money to purchasing a pair of shoes and buying a jacket. It would be really foolish for anyone to demand equality from this father and say, no, you're buying a shoe for one, you must buy a shoe for the other one. Understand, she needs a shoe, he needs a jacket. My mother, your honor and your respect is so sacred. The hadith is in Bidayah wa Nihaya. A woman comes to Nabi alayhi salam, Ya Rasulallah, ana wafidatun nisa'i ilayk. هذا الجهاد كتبه الله على الرجال فإن أصيبوا أجروا وإن قتلوا كانوا أحياء ونحن معشر النساء نقوم عليهم فما لنا من ذلك. O Nabi of Allah, I have been sent representing a large group of women. I took the courage. The women have certain questions to ask you. Go ahead and ask, what is it? هذا الجهاد كتبه الله على الرجال. Allah has ordained striving in the path of Allah upon the men. فَإِنْ أُصِيبُوا أُجِرُوا. If they are injured, they are rewarded. وَإِنْ قُتِلُوا كَانُوا أَحْيَاءً. If they are martyred, the Quran says they are alive in the gardens of paradise. وَنَحْنُ مَعْشَرَ النِّسَاء. And we, the group of women, we sitting at home, there is no jihad for us, there is no martyrdom for us. Is it that Allah has then deprived us of the reward of martyrdom? Na'udhu billah, is it that Islam is prejudiced against women? Islam is biased against gender equality? Those are the terms in inverted commas upon which the Westerners are harping. Is it that Islam is prejudiced against women? What is it, O Nabi of Allah? We have not been given the platform of jihad, so we cannot present our life. Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam says, أَبْلِغِي مَنْ لَقِيتِ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ أَنَّ طَاعَةَ الزَّوْجِ واعترافا بحقه يعدل ذلك وقليل